Hello ladies, gentlemen, and those that don't identify themselves in that binary. I'm the Ski, and welcome to my Pokémon Shield Nuzlocke. Having left Galar Mine, I headed on to Route 4 and ran into the long grass to see what we would come up against. And the Pokémon we encountered was an Electrike. I sent out Barkley, so we had our Fire Dog against the Wild Electric Dog. And this time I remembered, this is the one I can capture. So, I thought about Flame Wheel, but thought that Barkley might just crit and knock the Electrike out in one go, so I went with Bite. Took a quick attack from the Electrike, but the Bite did somewhere between a quarter and a third hit points damage, which is perfect, because two of those should get it to the point where we might be able to capture it. The Electrike decided to howl to raise its attack, but I was hopeful that by throwing a Great Ball, one of the ones we picked up from Galar Mine, we'd be able to catch it without taking any more damage than that original quick attack did. And in 3 shakes of a Pokeball, Electrike was caught. Electrike wasn't going to be useful against Milo, the Grass Gym Leader, Electricity not being strong against Grass. However, I thought we'd be able to use it later on, especially against the Water-type Gym Leader. Barkley was going to learn Helping Hand, but as this is a single-player game primarily, you have very few double battles. Helping Hand isn't that useful a move. It's very useful in competitive Pokemon, especially VGC doubles. But we had to think about what to name our Electrike, and it did take a bit of time for me to think about it, but I've been listening to a lot of old music. I say old. Music from my youth, and MGMT released Electric Feel, so Electrike was named MGMT. And I thought about putting it into the party to get it to level up a bit with the experience share, but I wasn't sure I was going to need it, and all the others would be quite useful against Milo, and I could choose them before I went into the gym, so I sent MGMT to the box. After that, I spent a bit of time running around picking up items, because there's quite a few on Route 4, and accidentally ran into a trainer battle as someone spotted me across a wall. This Pokemon breeder Bradley sent out an Electrike, and I had Barkley, and I knew Barkley could take out an Electrike, having just seen it happen. This time I could go with Flame Wheel, and I was quite happy that I'd made the choice to use Bite last time, as the Flame Wheel did more than half the hit points damage, and I wouldn't have wanted to use a Bite after that, just in case the crit knocked it out. But Pokemon breeder Bradley's Electrike was taken out relatively quickly, and he sent out a Lotad. Now earlier, if you've seen the earlier videos here, Mulder was used to take out a Lombre. So of course I sent Mulder out this time, took very little damage from the Absorb, and could use its Bug-type moves to do a lot of damage to the Lotad and take it out. Again, Water Gun, a bit more damage, not enough to cause any real concern, and the Lotad fainted, bringing quite a lot of XP and levelling up 3 of our Pokemon, with Korax going to level 19, which is useful for us because that gets us much closer to the Gym Leader. Again, running around Route 4, there's a lot of items to be found, including a Shark Beak. Now Shark Beak is an item that makes flying type moves more powerful. So I moved Korax's Oran Berry over to Fried Out and gave the Shark Beak to Korax. I mean, extra damage on flying type moves on our flying type starter Pokemon? Absolutely, it's the most useful thing we can do with it. Yeah, picked up some more items, ran around and saw there was a Yamper following us. Had a look and decided, do I want to use Barkley in the fight? Thought about it, but the thing about using Barkley is that we don't want to be taking too much damage and using up all our berries. Although Yamper probably not going to do that much to Barkley himself. So Barkley, Flame Wheels, did quite a bit of damage to Yamper. The defense drop, again, not too much of a worry against a wild Pokemon, so the second Flame Wheel came in, second defense drop, and at this point I thought, great, the choice to not move Barkley was the right one. Yamper was taken out very quickly, a small amount of XP gained for everyone, but slowly levelling up, ready to take on the gym leader. While we were going for another Pokeball, another Electrike. It's a very electric heavy area, Route 4. And there's Barkley again, Flame Wheel, try and get the damage in, more than half hit points. So second Flame Wheel, more than dealt with the Electrike. And as you can see, we're at the point where we're sort of steadily gaining levels without the need to definitively grind. Now, we moved on and picked up quite a lot of items. It's becoming quite item heavy, which is nice for us. It means we can make the right sort of choices, get the right Pokemon in the right places. And running through the grass, we came across Pokekid Shane, almost camouflaged by wearing a Pikachu costume in a field of sort of wheat-coloured grass. We already know Barkley is quite good against electric types, so despite taking the quick attack, we put the Flame Wheel in on the Pikachu, lots of damage, but Barkley would then be paralysed, which meant Barkley had half speed. It allowed the Pikachu to get an Electro Ball in, which did a fair bit of damage, triggering the Orange Berry. But Barkley wasn't fully paralysed and was able to take out the Pikachu in due course, levelling up to level 17. This upset Pokekid Shane somewhat, and meant that we had to go back to the Pokemon Centre to heal up and move forward. Having been healed up, I went back down into Route 4 and decided to challenge the trainer I'd avoided before getting my first Pokemon, Pokemon Breeder Jamie. Pokemon Breeder Jamie sent out a Galarian Meowth, which is Steel type, as opposed to the previous Meowths, which have been Dark and Normal type. So Barkley was a perfect Pokemon to have up front because Flame Wheel was able to just one-hit KO, deal with the Galarian Meowth fully and quickly. We were then followed up by a Seedot, which is a Grass-type Pokemon, so Barkley could once again use Flame Wheel and take it out in one go. Barkley was quickly becoming the MVP of the party. And Korax is wonderful and is our starter, but Barkley has just turned up and done a lot of damage. There was then a level 15 Butterfree, but Barkley almost KO'd it in one shot, but did do a burn, which meant that the Butterfree went down at the end of the turn anyway. With the Butterfree going down, that was Pokemon Breeder Jamie defeated, and us able to move on further into Route 4. Again, Route 4 has a lot of items, so we picked up a Repel, which is useful, and we had a look and saw there was another trainer, this time Pokekid, dressed in an Eevee suit. So having had a quick look at the party, we went in to do combat with Pokekid Sunny. Sunny sent out Milcery. So Intimidate went off, but with Milcery there, decided first thing to try was to bite and see the sort of damage it did. It wasn't very effective and did under a quarter Milcery's health, and it then healed up some of that with a Draining Kiss. So Barkley then went to Flame Wheel, which did a fair amount of damage, and after the Sweet Scent we were able to use another Flame Wheel and take out Milcery. No level up from it, but Pokekid Sunny was defeated, but was still happy about it, unlike Shane, who was still devastated. Picked up a Silver Powder, which upgrades the power of Bug-type moves, and as you've seen we have quite a few Bug-type Pokemon in our team, so that will be quite useful going forward. And then ran into the area where we could see a Pokekid running round in an Eevee suit again. Chasing him down, we discovered that they're an Eevee and full of possibilities, and Mia sent out an Eevee. So Barkley was still out front and dropped Eevee's attack. Intimidate is such a useful power in any situation. Barkley Flame Wheeled the Eevee and didn't do over 50%, but did definitely have enough hit points to take the tackles, and got that burn off again, which meant that after the second tackle, the Eevee went down from the burn, much like the Butterfree from earlier. This shows how much Barkley was becoming a key member of the team and was really promoting Barkley towards taking on the gym leader of the grass gym. We then had a look and decided that Barkley, after taking quite a lot of hits, needed to be swapped out for Mulder, and headed off to find out what was happening behind this Pokekid. Pokekid Reese, looking excited in his Pikachu outfit, decided to send out a Joltik, which meant a Bug-type Pokemon attacking us. Which is a problem because while Mulder is a Bug-type Pokemon, Molder's also Psychic type, and Bug being strong to Psychic meant Molder was going to take extra damage despite being a Bug itself. So switching Molder out for Rupert meant that we'd be able to use our interesting Dark type attacks, especially Brutal Swing and Payback, to take out Joltik and give Rupert a bit more of a chance to level up. When Rupert's speed fell, we decided to use Payback because that would mean that we'd be moving slower and thus Payback would be stronger. That took out the Joltik very quickly. After the level ups from that, a Grubbin was sent out, and Rupert, still being slow, used Payback again, which meant that we had to take the Vice Grip, but Payback was able to do a substantial amount of damage to Grubbin, and the third Payback would take it out entirely. With another few level ups, Korax reaching level 20, so we didn't want to let Korax level up anymore, we defeated Pokekid Reese, and he, just like Shane, was having a bit of a tantrum. While we picked up the TM for Pin Missile, we were chased down by another Electrike. Electrike apparently liked to chase down trainers and get beaten up, but we had Molder, and Molder was able to use Confusion to do quite a bit of damage to the Electrike. Then the Electrike decided to use Leer, doing no damage to Molder throughout the fight, and Molder's Confusion was able to take Electrike out fully. So with everyone moving closer and closer to level 20, we then moved out of this area, trying to avoid any more battles with wild Pokemon, pick up all the items available, and head down into Turffield itself. On the way, a Wooloo zoomed towards us and crashed into us, being followed by Milo, the Grass-type gym leader. Asked if we were at the gym challenge, and we said yes, absolutely. He saw us at the ceremony. He's looking forward to fighting us in the stadium. I was more than happy to do that, so we began to head down towards Turffield Stadium. Met Hop, who pointed it out for us, and you could see it's the big dominant part of the town in the way that a lot of places have a dominant football stadium in Britain. Sonia's Yamper then arrived to lead me towards more of the plot. I healed up at the Pokémon Centre and then began to head out to follow the Yamper and find out what Sonia wanted to say. On the way, I was a bit distracted by turning off to the side, talking to people and picking up a load of items, though Yamper was very insistent. Yes, on the way, picked up some X attacks which I'd not be able to use, or I could in wild battles, but I didn't imagine that would be happening. Picked up a Leaf Stone which couldn't be used yet, but I'm sure would be, and headed up to see Sonia. Sonia was there to tell us about the big geoglyph, as they call it, on the hill. As always, she's excited to see us, but she wants to hear what we think about this. So the geoglyph, to me, looks like a person with a big swirly sun and lightning all around it, which seems like a storm, so I said the darkest day. I mean, apparently there used to be something up there that projected a black storm, but it's been lost or it's gone. And she starts asking what could the darkest day have been and what connection it has to Dynamax. This is very much part of that seeing Galar's legend, seeing its history and working out the story from there. She gives us a copy of Milo's League card so we can learn a bit more about him if we'd like to, and gives us a bit of help with what's super effective against Grass type. She gave us 2 revives, which I'm sure would be lovely normally, but not so useful for us now, and left us to go and challenge the gym. So at this point, I began talking to other people and getting ready. After this, I did do a final bit of grinding to get everyone up to the right level and picked up all the items available in Turffield, but that's not such engaging content for you. At this point, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe. I've been the Ski. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day.